Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. It is day 2 of my Girl Scout adventures. If you've missed the Girl Scout Ultimate Taste Test, please check out the link down below. I tasted all the flavors of Girl Scout cookies, comparing the 2 bakeries, ABC versus Little Brownie Bakers, along with a bunch of dupes. I did that yesterday, and I have to say I felt gross afterwards. I had all kinds of indigestion, and I felt bloated, and I did not feel well. But today is a new day, and I'm feeling just right as rain. And yeah, I took some digestive enzymes, which helped, and drank a lot of water, drank a lot of tea. And today's recipe was inspired by one I tackled a little while ago, using cookies in combination with an antacid called Eno. So you combine the antacid along with crushed cookies and milk, and then you steam it into a cake. And today I figured I can do the same thing, but rather than using antacid, I'm going to be using baking powder, because Eno, the antacid powder, consists of citric acid and sodium bicarbonate. And when they are combined with water, they activate and release carbon dioxide bubbles, and they're supposed to alleviate some of that indigestion. Well, baking powder, not surprisingly, is composed of an acid and a base as well, sodium bicarbonate and cream of tartar or tartaric acid. They make a chemical reaction and release CO2 gas, and that's how we get all those bubbles in our cakes and pancakes and all those things that we want leavened. So that's what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using baking powder, my cookies, and some milk, grind them all together, and make the ultimate Girl Scout cookie cake. Now, this should be interesting, I think, because I'm going to be combining all of the flavors. Now, peanut butter and peanut butter chocolate, great combination. But then we introduce mint, and then lemon. I think these 2 flavors are going to make some interesting combination here. But won't know until we try. We've got some toffee too. Why not? So let's go ahead and do this. So today's recipe is adapted from Cooking Shookins, and I will put the link to the original video and recipe down below. So there are 9 different flavors, and I have 16 packages here because each bakery makes one specialty flavor. So the first thing we need to do is weigh out our cookies. So if you do any kind of baking, I highly recommend getting a digital scale. These things are so handy and so accurate. You can get them relatively inexpensively, less than $20. So we need 500 grams of cookies. So each cookie weighs about 10 to 15 grams. So I'm going to do at least 2 of each flavor. 2 peanut butter patties, 2 tagalongs, 2 do-si-dos, 2 peanut butter sandwiches, toffee tastics, 2 caramel delight, 2 Samoas, 2 trefoils, 2 shortbreads, 2 thin mints, 2 more thin mints, 2 lemon ups, 2 lemonades, 2 thanks-a-lots, 2 s'mores, and 2 more s'mores. So I'm at 398. So I'm going to add 1 more cookie of each. Now we're going to add all of our cookies into our food processor. Alrighty, so let's pulse this into a meal. Here we go. It smells like vanilla cookies, mint, tinge of lemon, a little bit of chocolate. Doesn't smell too bad. So this recipe can't be any easier. We're going to dump our cookie crumbs into a bowl. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Work the baking powder in there. Oh, there's a big Samoa that didn't get chopped up. We'll just kind of do that. 2 cups of milk. And make ourselves a cookie batter. Actually, this is going to be a cake batter, isn't it? Baking spray. Spray the inside of my pan. This is a 9-inch cake pan with my batter. I hope this works. I mean, it worked the last time I did it. The last time I made it with bourbon cookies, which were a sandwich cookie, so I don't see why this wouldn't work. We're just using other kinds of sandwich style cookies. Well, not all of them are sandwich. Anyways, I've got high hopes that this is going to work. Into a steamer tray, So now we're gonna steam this for 25 to 30 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Alrighty, here we go. Bye, Girl Scout cake. See you in a bit. Da, 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 da. Right onto the steamer. So we'll check on this periodically, make sure you have enough water in your steamer, and also you don't want the steam to be too high, so you might have to adjust the temperature a little bit. Okay, see you in a little bit. Bye! Oh God, I hope this works. Alrighty, my lovelies, I am back, and here is the cake. It has been cooling. It took about 35 to 40 minutes to completely cook, and it is tricky to tell when it's done because this is a steamed cake, so when you put the toothpick in there, it seems a little moister than a typical cake that you would put in the oven. A good indication is when you start to see the cake kind of shrink back and pull away from the sides of the pan, then you know it's ready. So after I took the cake out of the steamer, I let it cool for about 5 minutes before I tried to invert it to get it out of the pan. And this was a bit of a mistake. If you attempt this cake, I would allow it to cool longer, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Because my cake ended up sticking at the bottom. So then I reflipped it and put the cake on this side because this side's a little bit more presentable than what I had. But it did look fully cooked, so I'm excited about that. So here's the cake, and it's been cooled completely, and now I thought it'd be fun to decorate it with a few extra cookies. The trefoils would be cute. See if they can get some cookies to stand up in the cake. So since we used all of the cookies in the cake, let's use all the cookies to decorate it. So I'm just using a little knife here and making a little slice, and I'm just gonna stick the cookies in, right in there. Alrighty, my lovelies, here is the beautiful Girl Scout cookie cake. I have to say, it turned out more beautiful than I expected. I think the real key to this cake right here is topping it with more cookies on top. It looks so stinking great. I love it. And I'm gonna give myself a slice of the Thin Mint because the Thin Mint is my favorite Girl Scout cookie. All right. It slices like an ordinary cake. Right here. Okay, moment of truth. Here we go. And there it is. And it looks like a cake. It actually looks a lot like a spice cake. It doesn't smell like a spice cake by any means, but it's totally cooked. Yay, it's so excited. Okay, put the slice here. Alrighty, so let's give our cake a taste. All right, let's see. It's very moist cake, but it's completely cooked. Yay, here we go. Itadakimasu. That's actually pretty good. I thought it was going to be terrible because there's a inclusion of lemon, mint, chocolate, peanut butter, vanilla. I would thought too many conflicting flavors. Oh, and coconut as well. But in actuality, none of them actually take over. It just tastes like a sweet cake with a little bit of a minty flavor, just a tiny bit. And some coconut too. I can definitely taste the coconut. The texture is really nice. It's a very, very moist cake because we steamed it. We didn't bake it. It's actually very nice. Oh my gosh, I would have not thought in a million years that this would have ended up tasting actually pretty good. Too many conflicting flavors, right? But no. For what it is, it's great, absolutely great. And never in a million years would I have guessed that this was made of just 3 ingredients: ground up cookies, milk, and baking powder. It has the same consistency as a cake. Like I said, it has a very nice steamed bread-like texture. Very, very moist without feeling oily or feeling heavy or greasy. And it is plenty sweet, just the perfect amount of sweetness. This is fabulous. This is so great. I love it. So surprised by that. Oh my goodness. Okay, and now I've got to eat the decoration. So good. Thin Mints, so good. And I won't tell you which bakery I prefer. If you want to find out, you'll have to watch that other video I did about tasting all the different Girl Scout cookies and comparing the two different bakeries. But Thin Mints, oh, so good. All right, back to the cake though. I'm really shocked by this. In terms of texture, this is a very moist cake with a very tight crumb. It's not dry at all, which I appreciate. And ever so slightly, you can feel a little bit of desiccated coconut in there. Delicious. There you have it. My little experiment of combining all the Girl Scout cookies into a cake and topping them with cookies. Absolutely phenomenal. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. Go support your Girl Scouts. I've eaten so many cookies.